You can see it's lighter than the other one. It's lighter pale, and this is the baking soda. However, I'll show you the other one more time. This is pale yellow, and this is darker yellow or darker pale. Compared to the other one, it's a little bit cloudy. We're gonna see what's going on. I see some reaction. It's bubbling. I see a little bit of the bubble, just not so much. It bubbled a little bit at the beginning, just like a few seconds, and it stopped. Okay, so then she pours it in, and I see a little bubbly. Give it a little stir and see if it makes any difference. We have little helpers that's gonna help us. You're gonna tell us your name.
Tebe.
Your name is Tebe. And both we have a boy and a girl, and we're trying to find out which one is for boys and which one is for girl. What would you want to be your own to be?
Boy.
A boy. What would you want yours to be? A girl. So we have two different people, two different kids that want different things, and they will be helping us to stir. So you'll be stirring the one for LadyTee, Tebe, and you'll be stirring the one for Anna Jane. Is that right? Okay, cool. Okay, now you stir. Give it a very slow but steady stir, gentle stir around it. So we'll see if there's any difference. That's enough. Let's see if there's any changes. Just leave it on the table, please. Thank you. This is very clear, less bubble. The bubbles are very much tiny. You can see how clear and just very smooth bubbles it produces. That one have a very defined foam at the end, at the top of it, that is very definitive. At both ends, you can still see they both still have some baking soda at the bottom, and it's still clear at the top. You can also see the bubbly. It's more like a very strong bubbles on the LadyTee cup, and on the Anna Jane's cup, there's very small pockets of bubble, but they're not very defined like the other one. But we'll see what the result holds on to. So hang tight. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
We just finished the urine test, and I'm going to ask you some few questions about the old wives' tale. First, I want to just find out how you're doing. How you feeling today? Feel great. That is awesome. So let's start with how you're carrying. How do you feel about your carrying? Can we look at your bum just a little bit and see how you're carrying? Do you think you're carrying down or carrying low or carrying up?
Oh, hi. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I think mine is high.
Hi?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
Okay.
So, now tell me about your cravings. I know by now your tooths are coming stronger and you're very cravey. Do you crave sweet or do you crave some sour stuff?
I crave spicy and salt.
Okay.
So actually my
Salty?
sweet.
You crave sweet stuff?
Yes.
Wow. Some of the things that are very peculiar to pregnancies, I have never gotten one before, but I can tell you for a fact that I have heard that this is common, but we'll find out how common it is. Morning sickness. Which of you have had a morning sickness or had one?
I mean, I had one.
I had all of us.
You had morning sickness. How often was your morning
It was
sickness?
during the first trimester.
So how many more weeks was yours?
Around 7-8 weeks.
And it lasted for how long?
It lasted for like a whole month.
Oh my god. I think mine was more than 1 month.
So would you
I couldn't eat anything at all.
So would you consider your morning sickness severe or mild?
Mild, because I didn't throw up at all.
Okay.
Mine was semi-mild.
Semi-mild.
Yeah.
But it was longer.
Yes. Because
Yours
I
was
wasn't
longer.
throwing up, but I couldn't just eat things because it smells.
So you stayed longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
I hope the viewers are able to figure this out. I myself will be very curious to find out what the answers are, because I've never carried before, and I'm hoping that one day, maybe scientifically, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just kidding. And there's also a saying that there's some changes in the heart rate. Do you consider when you've gone for your baby, I know by now you've listened to your baby's heart rate. Do you know about what range of heart rate do your baby's heart beat at?
Around 150-ish and up. Sometimes it goes down, up and down. But
Between 150.
150.
Okay. How
I
about
think
you?
mine is like 140, below 150.
Below 150, around 140. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's really interesting. And I see both ladies are glowing. But I'm gonna ask her anyways. What what is your experience about acne and facial changes?
Mine is steady. I have acne day in, day out. So
Did you see any changes like increase or decrease?
it goes back and forth. It comes and go. So yeah.
How about you?
I think mine was the first week. After that,
It cleared up,
Yeah.
and you two just
Mine did not
keep
clear up.
glowing.
It's still right there.
Oh, you
Just
got
a
it.
little, not that much.
All right. That is very much interesting. But overall, the other I'm gonna ask again about your feet. All right, so we're moving away from the upper parts of the body, and I'm just gonna go down a little bit to those tiny little beautiful feet of yours. And I'm gonna ask, do you feel? Do you feel? Oh, look at it! I didn't even notice they're twinning.
Yes.
Okay, but do you have cold feet or warm feet?
I have cold feet.
Mine is warm. Mine is warm.
The right
You
feet
can't
is
see it, but
cold.
it's-
The one under my left is warm.
Yes.
Okay,
Is that a boy or a girl?
I don't know. Would you? How would you explain about your mood during the day?
It goes back and forth.
Even tempered or mood swings?
Mood swing.
Most swing.
Mood swing.
Mood swing for both.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Swing.
Mood swing.
Yeah.
Wow. But just in all, I just want to thank you all for making time today to talk to me and be part of this whole presentation. And we would hope to find out what you're carrying. Going back to what the kids said, we have one that want a boy and the other one want a girl. We hope that you're able to deliver in their promises, right? Or you're just going to disappoint one person and carry the same, or just deliver a boy and a girl.
Wait, there was something. Someone asked me 3 days ago. He said, "Do I sleep like on my left or
right.
on my right? Like,
Oh,
does it count?"
that's
It
interesting.
does count,
I
yeah.
don't know.
So what?
I sleep on my left.
I sleep on my right.
Whoa.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't even know that. So you sleep on your right hand side?
Like,
Your left-hand side?
When I try to sleep on my left, I get so uncomfortable. I have to like
Turn to your right.
Yes.
Yeah, I sleep on my left.
That might be something.